from Aiden Markram finally opening the batting for South Africa in T20 cricket to Hazel God's masterclass. We are well and truly back into T20 internationals, and it took all but 5 minutes. This is my review of the first match. I mean, just to give you an idea, guys, the first 15 minutes, I mean, this was the score. All right, the amount of things that happened. I mean, Australia just absolutely whacked Lungi Ngidi out of the park, and then came their arch nemesis, Kagiso Rabada, and he just turned everything back into South Africa's favour, and then it all of a sudden went back to Australia's favour, and then in came George Linder, you know, one of my favourites. I mean, it was like the same three commentators commenting the whole match. It was quite insane. But let's go to South Africa. I think, look, we saw Mumbai Indians do this, and this was my strategy against the Sunrisers Hyderabad, is that they want pace on the ball. Okay, they want to score 80, 90 runs in the power play. So then what do? Just don't give them what they want. Don't give them pace. I understand the fast bowler's ego. You work your whole life to be able to bowl 145 kilometers an hour, but then it comes to situations like this and you just have to adapt. You have to bowl those slower balls, and it took us, I think, 5.5 overs to do that. And then Lungi as well got a wicket with one of his, you know, he's a master when it comes to the slower balls. So I thought that took way too long. I assume we're probably going to change our strategy in the next match. But then came Kwena Maphaka, you know, bowling the first over outside of the power play. I mean, look at this. This is a masterclass. I mean, you don't expect somebody at 19 years old to be able to do something like this, completely bamboozled. I think it was Mitch Owen on the other side. I mean, the guy already at 19 has more skills than some of the senior quicks in South African cricket. So what a fantastic thing it is to see him, and how exciting it is to see him develop. I just think he's going to be so big for us. And this is what I like about this white ball bilaterals, and what Shukri is trying to impose on this team, is that the young guys need to be there with the senior guys. That's the only way you're going to be able to bring the best out of these young guys, because they're going to feel confident playing around their heroes. So I thought that was really, really good. Look, I mean, this is Australia's strategy. Everybody over the combox said this is how they're going to do it. They're going to do it, I don't want to say England style, because this style does not belong to them, but it's West Indies as well, right? Just go, 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 go. And look, this hasn't been working out for anyone. It's not been working out for Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's not been working out for the West Indies. It's not been working out for England. So it's interesting that this is how they want to play things. It did work out very well for them in the end, because, you know, Tim David must be one of the highest commodities in T20 cricket right now. The guy is just winning everywhere, right? Him and Duarte, I thought that was a very timely partnership, because things were about to go very, very south for Australia. But yeah, kudos to him. He was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and Duarte as well. There's this competition between him and Ellis. You know, if one of the big Aussie three might not be available, or might have to be rested or injured, who's going to come in? And Duarte did well with the bat. Tim David didn't really trust Ellis with the bat, which was interesting for me. Then there was that drop catch by Stubbo, which actually came from a little bit of moment of ego, right? 15 overs, 5 overs remaining. I thought to myself, you're going to get out now, mate. You're going to get out. He faces the first ball. I don't remember the bowler. Might have been Kwena? No, I don't know. Spinner, Mutusami. It was Mutusami, who is looking really good, by the way. But he faces the first ball of the 15th over, and he doesn't take a run. And something inside of me was like, you're going to get out the next ball. Like, this is just, no, mate. What are you doing? Ellis can bat. We've seen him bat all around the world in T20 franchise competitions. Next ball gets hit to Stubbs, drops him. Key moment in the match, because that was about 30 extra runs that Tim David ended up making. But yeah, great partnership there at the end by Australia. South Africa's death bowling, maybe a little bit of work there required, but I mean, in time we'll see. But let's get to South Africa now, because why does my thing always go off? Sorry guys. Let's get to South Africa now. I don't know how I feel about us stacking all of these all-rounders. I think that Shukri is trying to give every all-rounder an opportunity to prove himself, and that's all good and well. But I just think what that does, right, is that puts a lot of pressure on your top order, because now the top 5 has to do a lot of things, okay? They need to make runs in the power play. Then they need to navigate the spinners. We know some sides have some great spinners in the middle overs. Afghanistan, India, New Zealand. There's a lot of work that has to be done. And then, you know, they need to try and finish off the game. They need to set things up. Set things up for who? For 4 all-rounders? No. No, 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 no. Do you know what I mean? It's just not worked for anybody else before. And I just don't think it's going to work for us. I just think that cricket is a much better game played when you've got specialist bowlers and specialist batters and maybe 2 all-rounders. Look, guys, we made it into a final that we could have won with 1 all-rounder. Okay, so I don't know how I feel about that, because we saw something today with Rickleton and Stubbs that we don't usually see, and we saw both of them tightening up a bit. You know, you're not allowing them to play with freedom and to bring out the best in them, because now they're both feeling, okay, crap, that's it. After us, it's all-rounders. We're going to have to take all of the responsibility on ourselves now. Risks goes out of the window, and also then kind of winning goes out of the window, right? Because, yeah. So I don't know, how do you feel about stacking your side with all-rounders? That's a big thing for me. I don't think that that will be our strategy, but I just thought that today was a perfect example of it just not, it just rarely works, guys. I can't remember ever seeing it work, actually, if you can remember a time with that. But I thought, you know, Australia were amazing with the ball. Hazelwood, you know, he's just the type of guy that could change a game in 1 over. He's one of those big match players, so he was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think it's just so many things happened. I think it's going to be an insane match on Tuesday, I think, is the next game. And yeah, interesting. I wonder if South Africa is going to keep with the same team. I thought Dewald Brevis, this is the last thing that I wanted to say, is South Africa, we don't need to compete with other teams because of this, right? We just don't need to compete with other teams because of this stat. We've always had one of the best middle orders in the last decade, really. We out-bat teams in the second and the final phase more often than not, right? I just don't understand why Dewald had to go and throw his wicket away to score the extra 10 runs. Just think about it. Trying to get the 10 runs in the power play versus making 50 from 30 in the middle. You see what I'm saying? So you need to weigh up your risks, and you need to weigh up like what's important in the moment. And I don't think that we need to... So what? So Australia scores 10, we score 7. So what? So they make 18 runs more than us in the power play. Come on, guys, this is T20 cricket. You don't think you can make up 18 runs in the middle overs if you keep wickets in hand? That's the type of stuff that we need to think about. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let me know what your thoughts were, and if you I hope you watch the match and tune in Tuesday for the next one.